Okay, this is a Citizen B12, and per request I'm going to demonstrate making a couple of parts here today. This is the part that I'm making at the moment. It's an aluminum cap. It's threaded inside. This is mostly just to show the threading. This is what they call form threading capability. This part's used to make this type of a fitting. It's a high pressure fitting used in chromatography. In any case, before we start the oil up, this machine does have a really nice oiling system here. And to show what tools we're using, I'll be using the cutoff tool, rhombic cutter, and the knurling tool back here today. On the end working tools, we've got a counterbore tool down here. This is a step drill, and behind it here is the thread forming tap. Okay, so I'll try to turn off the, and then on the back side we're just doing a countersink to get this little dimple here on the back side, and of course then the chuck will have to, the sub spindle will have to pick it up to do that. So let's go ahead and get things started. And you might notice too, there's a side working tool up in right here. There's two side working tools, but we're not going to use those on this particular part. So let's the program's all loaded up. Let's go ahead and hit start. Oh, it's not loaded. It's loading in the code now. Checking the code. No errors or collisions, etc. And we start by cutting off about 1/10 of an inch here. That's just to make sure we've got a nice clean piece to work on. When we start to drill, here comes in the rhombic cutter. I'm going to turn off the oil for just a second. Okay, so we're just cutting now the outside diameter of the part, getting ready for knurling. Okay, and the knurl tool comes over, makes contact, and you might be able to see the knurl starting to form there. Let's give that a little bit of oil. And you'll see then the rhombic cutter comes back over and takes off just the top of the knurl. That's the way I like to make them, with a flat top. More comfortable for the user to grip that way. Still gives traction. Okay, next part I'm going to have to use the oil for. This is the counterboring tool that I've modified to make into a step drill. And this operation is a G83 command, which is a tech drilling command. Okay, so it's very important for drilling deep holes. And let's adjust the oil flow just a touch here. And then the hard to see it now, but this is the thread forming command there. I think we maybe just caught the tail end of that. And now we're cutting down the sides of the part. This is to form this little stepped area right here. Okay, we've already got the knurl on there. We've got this guy. Well, this is not counterbored yet, but I think that's the next operation. You'll see the counterbore tool come in. Okay, here it comes. Let's go ahead and turn it well off just for a second so we can kind of watch that happen. And I'm just taking a wee little bit at a time here. You can see the workpiece coming out, and we're enlarging that inner hole to something that's just a weird size that I don't have a drill for. And it'll come out then and put a little inside bevel on the part. And the outside bevel has already been taken care of. On that end there's a inside and outside bevel. Let's give a little bit of oil here just to throw away those chips. You can see the chips starting to form there on the counterboring tool. Okay. Now when this is done, it's going to get a little messy, so I'm going to have to close the lid. What you'll see is the front working tools, which are being used now, will move out of the way, and the sub spindle will come in. And at that point the cutoff tool will come down, cut the part off. It'll be retracted here, and I have to do all that with the lid closed, of course, because the oil, the cutting oil will be splashing around there when the sub spindle comes over. Okay, here it comes. And the sub-spindle starts, comes over, and I'm taking my good sweet time making the cutoff because I want a really, really clean back cutoff on the back side. I hope you can see this on camera, but it's just a beautiful cutoff. I could do that with a counter boring tool on the back working tools. It's a separate operation, but I like to just spend a little bit more time, use that cutoff tool because you have to have it anyway, and it's just one less tool to set and get adjusted. So we're about 5 minutes into this. I think this part's about 4 minutes, but of course I talked a little bit at the beginning of the video. Now here we come in and we're doing that counter boring operation, and the last thing that happens then is the part gets kicked out, and there it goes down the chute. Another part done.